Hello world, welcome. My name is Luann Pygott. I'm a beauty guide with Lime Life by Al Cone. I thought I would do some patriotic makeup today. How about that? Might as well, right? Got my patriotic shirt on and my patriotic jewelry. And I'm sitting at home alone, like usual. So let's do something distracting, like put on some makeup. There we go. So there is my primer spray. I'm actually going to start off here. Going to start off with this. This is a color corrector. I'm going to use this today for my under eyes. I'm going to find my little brush. This is just usually a brush I use for that. Now you hardly need any of this because it's really got a lot of pigment and it's orange, and orange counteracts blue. And this is sort of, you know, when you have under eye circles this dark, it's kind of a blue thing you have going on. And you don't need a lot of this because you don't want to just turn it orange. And I don't want this to mix into my next layer of makeup. So I'm barely putting this on to counteract this. So it doesn't look so brown and blue. It just turns it more of a, what would look like more of a skin color. So it's an orange color corrector. So if you have anything that's like dark circles or blue kind of looking, you want this orange. And you do not want much of it. Just want enough to counteract the off color. And it just will make it not look so heavy and dark and sunken. And this is not the final thing, of course. I got way too much over here. This is just the under thing that we're doing to color correct this bad color of these dark circles. And I'm trying to I'm like taking some of it off, because I don't want layers of caked on makeup at all. And I have it up here too, you see. So I want it to just barely be there, because I'm still going to put concealer on top. So you don't want layers and layers and layers of caked on stuff, because then it just looks fake. So I have a little background music today. I don't have it very loud because Facebook gets all in a knot about you playing music that might be copyrighted. So I barely have it in the background. I'm playing a little patriotic music today. I just love that. We got marching music going on now. This is just the music station on the television. Alright, so there we go. Now what I'm going to do, because I don't want this to mix with what I put on top of it. So I'm going to take my translucent powder, colorless white powder. It doesn't give you a white look, it's just no color. And brush number 19. And I'm just barely going to put any on there. I don't want much because I have to put more makeup on top here. Just barely setting this. So because I don't want it to blend with the concealer. I want it to, this concealer just to be on top of it. And my cat is over there digging on the couch. What you digging at, Gwenny? Huh? Well, there's nothing in there, girl. What you digging for, huh? There's nothing in there. Silly. Okay, then I'm actually going to take, I think I'm going to do this with a brush. That way I don't get it everywhere. Let me see, where's that little brush I've used before for this? Where are you? Here it is. So I'm going to take my setting spray, and this is spray for oily. It's called Oil Strike. And I'm going to take the setting spray, and I'm just going to pat that on top of this as well, because I want to set this powder. Then we're going to let this all dry and go back and do concealer. Now sometimes I don't go to all this trouble, but it really looks a lot better if I do. It covers it so much better. But I will tell you, most of the time I don't do it because it takes a little longer. It doesn't take too terribly long, but if I'm lazy, it's like, yeah, I'm not doing that. We'll just go with concealer, but it's so much better. And most people don't have dark circles this bad. So if you don't have circles this dark, you don't need to do this at all. But mine are horrific. They're like worse than anybody on the planet, just about. So I do it. Now, I'm going to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do my eye makeup first today because I'm using blues and stuff and dark colors, and I have a high chance of fallout. And then if it gets all over my face, then I have to clean all that up off my makeup. So I'm going to do, I'm going to go to this concealer first, Concealer Zero, and I'm going to put this on my eyelids. Let's make sure what I did was dry. It should be, yes, it's dry. Then I'm just going to put this on top, and this will give me just a white. It's not white, it's actually very, very light, almost white. But this will give me a real light eye and cover up all this discoloration. Again, I just barely want any on because I don't want layers of product. It's just too dark. I mean, too heavy, too thick, too everything. If you just cake on makeup, you can never get that to look natural. So this is why I do this, like the smallest, thinnest layers I can possibly put on here. Now, our concealer, it is waterproof. It's a botanical wax-based concealer. It is waterproof and it covers tattoos. So it will definitely cover this. It'll cover this hyperpigmentation that I have. And that color correction will keep that from breaking through later. Okay, so then I'm going to go on with, I don't think I want to put on, I'm just going to set that with more translucent powder. I usually put Cream Boat on here, but I'm out of Cream Boat. And I have a lighter beige, but I don't want it that dark. I want it white. Because that's the look we're doing today. Okay, so then I'm going to take this brush here, number 10, and I'm going to use a dark navy blue. Lime Life does not have a dark midnight navy blue, so I got this one. And it's a blue, it's like an almost black blue. So it's real dark, and I'm not doing a transition shade today because I don't want brown in here. I'm just going to do this blue. So I'm taking it with this, and you want to tap off your extra so you don't get fallout. I'm going to start here, and I'm going to do like an angle down like that. And then if you don't have hooded eyes, you want to go like right in your crease and above that. But I have really hooded eyes. I mean, extremely saggy hooded eyes. Meaning they cover up my lids completely when I look straight ahead. See, my lids are way under there. You don't see them. So if I put this in my crease is way up under here. And see, it just goes up under like that. You would never see what I'm doing. So instead, I put this way up here on my hood. So, and then I look straight ahead, then you see it. And this will also cause this puffy hood right here, because that's what they are. They're puffy. It'll cause it to look more receded. And since I have, you know, kind of mature, older skin up here, my skin is real loose. See how my skin is real loose? So if I do this, it just does that. And it skips and does not work. So what I do is I pat the color on. So if you have looser skin, you want to pat. And it places the color where you want it. And then once you get it in place, then you can do this. And it won't cause it to skip and look funny. And then, so what I'm doing is like a V right here. It's like a sideways V. And this gives your eye a lift. Because, you know, since I have such saggy eyes that droop, this gives your eye a lift. Because people looking at you will follow that line up. And it counteracts the look of a saggy, kind of droopy eye. So again, you go over here. You go about halfway between your brow and your corner of your eye. And you draw at an angle down like that. And then you go from that same spot and you're going to go across. So that right there, you see, that's my sideways V. Like that. Sideways V. And then you extend it all the way across your eye. So somebody told me one time, I heard somebody say this is like a boomerang. You have one side of your V is bigger than the other. And then you kind of fill that corner in a little bit. Then once you get your color on, say it's real splotchy right now. So once you get it on, then we're going to go and we're going to blend it so it isn't so splotchy. Because the splotchy look is generally not the look you want. Okay, so then I'm going to get another brush that is just a clean, fluffy little brush. And then I'm going to go around all these edges. You want this brush to be clean. You don't want to dip this in powder ever. because then you're just going to put more color down, and when you want to be taking it off, you want to take it off. So then I'm just blending all the edges here so it softens it up, makes it look more natural, more like it just gradually fades into the color and isn't just so splotchy so much looking anymore. And see how it looks a lot softer over here now. And see, look, I already got some down here on my face. See, this is why I did not do that before. That's why, because see, this is not a Lime Life color, and other shadows usually have a lot of fallout in them. Lime Life doesn't have much fallout if you knock it off your brush, like I showed you. But other colors still, other brands usually still do. But, like I said, we don't have this color, and this is the color I wanted, though. So, I have to use the one that has fallout. Okay, let's see if I can. I've also got it up under here. This is why I'm doing the eyes first today. Actually, it's good to do your eyes first all the time. I just haven't. Alright, now I'm going to go to, I'm going to keep that color there because I'm not done with it. I'm going to go to this color here called Oasis. You can see that is very pretty, beautiful, stunning blue. That is a shimmer. And I'm going to put a little bit of that one. I'm going to also knock the excess off of that. I'm going to put a little bit of that one like right here. I'm going to try to do this in somewhat graduated stages here. I don't usually put dark colors on my lid, but it's a holiday, so I'm doing it today. A little more intense today. Happy Memorial Day. Are you doing something for Memorial Day today? We have like 100% chance of rain today, but it's for later tonight. It is not raining right now. So we have had a clear day all day. So if anybody lives near me, you have had the opportunity to go out and if you want to barbecue or whatever you want to do outdoors. Now I'm here alone, so I don't have anybody to do anything with, so here I am. So no, I'm not doing anything. I'm doing this. I'm doing my makeup. That's what I'm doing. Then I'm going to go to this color. Uh-oh, and I'm dropping it. This is in last year's spring palette. This color right here is just a little bit lighter. It is called Blue Violet, and it has a little shimmer, but not as much as that other one. It may look exactly the same, too, when I get it on me. But I'm going to now put that. Oh, it's a little lighter. I don't know if you can tell, but it is a little. That's what I wanted. Kind of going from light to dark. This is really blue. Blue, blue, blue. Now, normally I don't do blue. Oh, look how much I'm getting under me. I didn't knock that one off. I don't normally do blue shadow with blue eyes because then it kind of competes with your blue eyes. But today is a holiday, so I'm doing it anyway. Yeah, I made a mess. I made a mess. That's alright. It'll come off. And it will be perfectly fine once I get my... I even got a little over here. These shimmers and stuff, see, look, it's like all over my face. So glad I waited to do my makeup today. Okay, now I'm going to take that brush again, and I'm going to blend this again, where they all look softer and blended together. Kind of like it's all one look here. Oh, I hear a barbershop quartet singing "Hooray for the Flag." Da, 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 da. I love patriotic music. The battle of the red, white, and blue. Wave for fathers forever. I think they're singing a different verse than I'm singing. That's okay. I can't hear it very well, so I got it low. Okay, so there we have lots and lots of blue. I do want to soften this up here a little more. Don't want that. Yeah, there we go. Don't want a harsh line here. I want it gradual. See if I can get some more of this off my face. Have you ever used any of that powder that it comes in a little container, and it has a string. It's made for measuring if you're getting wallpaper or something right on the wall, and it'll snap a little blue chalk line on your wall. This is just what this is like. I got a chalk line all over my face. You would have to be like a builder or somebody's put up wallpaper. My dad had stuff like that because he was an architect, so I know someone that is. Okay, so there we have that. Now I'm going to go back to this dark blue, and I'm going to use a smaller little round brush, and I want to get more of a line here, a little darker line here. That's what I want. So I still have it lighter above there. And then I'm going to put some more dark here in the corner because I want it like a darker look over here. Because this, again, this makes your eyes look bigger and your eyes look wider. So I just want it real dark in the corner. And a little here above the crease. Do-do-do-do. Hooray. We done something, Dixie. I haven't heard some of these songs in years and years. I take my stand. They're zipping through that song, I'll tell you. Da, 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 da. They are speeding through. In Dixie. You have to remember the words quick. They sing that. I want to sing along with that. They're not singing the words, though. They're just playing the music. Okay, here we go. I got a little too much on that side. That's okay, we're going to soften it right back up. Do, 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 do. I just want it darker on the outside. Soften it there. Got to keep cleaning this brush because I know it's picking up a lot of this blue. And I don't want it to spread around. That's kind of cool. So if anyone is watching that has lost anyone in the military, or anyone that has served in the military that has died, thank you for that. Now, Veterans Day and Memorial Day are different. Veterans Day is to remember the people who are serving, that are living, and Memorial Day is to remember those that died in the service of our country. If you have anyone in your family that died in the service of our country, we are thinking of you today and your loved ones. Okay, what I want to do is I want to take this little brush. Got kind of a harsh line here. Trying to unharshen the line. I want to soften this a little more. Actually, I'm going to soften this with my finger. I want to rub some of it off right there. I want it to be faded more than this brush is fading. Away, away, Dixieland. They're playing all the songs about Dixie. Land of cotton, look away, look away, look away, Dixieland. Again, they're zipping through that song fast as they can go. Okay, then. So I'm going to take this brush number 20 that I've been using. That's this one, this little one here. Now I'm going to do some white. Let me clean these other ones real quick and put them up. Okay, brush number 20, and the white is in this little palette here. This is called the Fierce by Allie collection. Actually, I'm going to use the brush she has in there because it's a little smaller. These collections come with a brush. I'm going to use this white. This is a little white with shimmer, and I'm going to put that. There is lint in there. There we go. Okay, tap that off. Then I'm going to put this in the corner right here. This white. So you see I'm going like from white to blue. The red is going to be our lipstick. And then I will have the red, white, and blue. I'm also going to put this right here in the corner. That will brighten up. This is right here the like darkest sunken place of your face. And if you put this on here, it brightens it up and your eyes won't look sunken. I usually use Cream Boat, or I actually use the Ivory shimmer that we have normally. But no, today we're doing white. Because it's the theme. The holiday theme. I'm going over that blue just a little bit so it'll blend. Then this eye as well. This one has quite a bit of shimmer. Sweet Dreams #1 is the color I usually use. Like I say, I'm doing the stark white one today. Let's see, this one is called Be You. Be You. I am being me. Me today is patriotic. Be you. There's my white and my blue. Now I'm going to take this other end of the brush, which is just real tiny. Well, you know what? I'm not going to do that yet. Nope. I'm going to put that under my brow. I haven't done my brows yet. Let's do our brows. So let's see what we look like here. We look like we have glitter all under our eyes. Is what we look like. Let's take a little of that off. Right here. There we go. Now let's do, I'm going to put that brush up. Let's take our brow brush #14. We're going to take our setting spray. This is Oil Strike for oily skin. We also have one called Time Setter that has anti-aging properties for normal to dry skin. So you pick whichever one fits you. Then I'm going to get color #28, Ashen for Trouble, which is right there. And when I get that wet with this setting spray, I'm going to dip the brush in the setting spray. That will get it, get the brush wet, and then it will also set this makeup. And then when I dip it in this brown, it intensifies the color, makes it a whole lot darker, and then it matches my brows. Then I'm going to just draw in my brow, and I'm following the line, just the outline of my brows, and then I'm adding a little higher peak right here. So it's like giving yourself an eye lift. It's more youthful looking, filling in your brows. You can do it this way that I'm doing, or you can use a brow pencil. We have a brow pencil that will give you a very natural look. I have shimmer eyeshadow on my eyelashes. It will give you a very natural look because you can draw in individual little hairs with it. We also have a brow gel that will just set your brows into place if you don't actually need to fill in your brows, if you already have really full brows. You can put the brow gel on top of either this eyeshadow or the brow pencil as well. So that way you get both the setting your brows in place and the filling in if you want. And we have a color. I can help color match you. I can color match you for any of this. I can color match you for your brows, for what eyeshadows and lipsticks you might need, and also, if you want help, you can pick out your own, of course. You can customize any of our eyeshadow palettes with the colors that you like. We have 4, 6, and 18 well palettes. And of course you can buy them individually. And that one is way too big. Way too big. Compared to the other, but we will fix it. It's just a totally different shape than the other one. It's so hard to do them both the same. I like this one over here a whole lot better. This one looks like a bushy thing over here. It's a little aggressive looking brow. Okay. Just trying to make sure I have the other part the same. Okay, now let's take my concealer brush #6 and the concealer that matches my skin tone #2 right there. And then we're going to fix this brow that I just made a whopper brow here. And you will see that this concealer, this is how it covers tattoos. If it covers tattoos, it'll cover this dark brown. Now, if you have tattoos, you may not want them covered, but this is, I'm just saying it has the ability to do that. And why would you need the ability to do that? Well, if you were an actress in Hollywood and they said, Or on Broadway, and they said, you know, we want you to give you this part, but, you know, the character doesn't have a tattoo, and you have a tattoo, you cover it with this. And this is what this makeup was originally made for, was for use in the theatrical industry. This is theatrical makeup. It was used for Broadway and Hollywood since the 1950s and 60s. And they still use it to this day because there isn't a better brand. This is it. This is the best makeup on the market. The best makeup in the makeup industry. It's professional level makeup. It is not retail makeup. It's professional level, but at a mid-range price. A mid-range retail price. It is not, you would think, oh, that must be more expensive than other makeups. It is not. And you have to factor in how long it lasts as well, because my foundation will last 5 to 8 months. One pan, 5 to 8 months. You won't get a commercial makeup, a retail makeup to last that long. Unless you don't ever wear it. If you're wearing it every day, you'll get maybe 2 or 3 months out of it. And that is it. Now, tell me how I got blue eyeshadow down here. I don't know. It was probably on my hands. Alright, so there we go. Pretty. Alright, so I like it. Now, we have all that done. I think I'm going to go ahead and I have a little bit of a weepy eyes going on here. Yeah, I'm not going to finish the rest of my eyes till after I do my makeup. So let us now do our foundation. So here we have a botanical plant-based wax is what this is. It's a wax from a Brazilian palm tree. It's not an artificial, it's not paraffin wax. It is a tree wax, a palm frond wax. So it is a natural wax. And this does not feel waxy. Don't think, oh, that sounds terrible. This is brush 18. That sounds like it would feel heavy and your skin wouldn't breathe. It's the opposite. Because it's a natural product. It's not like a candle wax. It's a plant wax. So it feels like nothing. It feels like nothing. You really need to try it yourself and find that out. We have a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you risk nothing to try it. You can either exchange it for something else or get your money back completely if that's what you want. And all you have to do is contact Lime Life by Alcone directly. You don't even have to give it back to me. So, you know, it's not like you're going to hurt my feelings. I wouldn't even know. If you decided you didn't want it, send it back. You just call the 1-800 number of Lime Life by Alcone or email them and say, I would like to return this product. And it's not going to upset me. Like I said, I probably wouldn't even know. But you want to put just a very thin layer of this on, very thin. This is not like other makeup where you've got to slather it on and cake it on to even see that it's there. Not Lime Life, you don't. You put very little on and get full coverage that covers all this discoloration and splotchiness that I have. All covered. Let's do, real quick now, let's do an under eye as well. So you can compare. I'm getting my hair in my mouth. That's my own hair. My own hair is flying into my mouth. I'm like, where'd that hair come from? Oh, it's on my head. It's on my head. I have a stray little hair. Let me get rid of that. I think I shed worse than a dog or a cat. Okay, here we go. And then you just press this on. I like to use brush number 4 for this because it's big and it covers that whole area all at once. And then I'm going to go down and make a triangle shape so it doesn't look like I just have white under eye circles instead of brown. It brightens up your whole face and it takes attention away from your under eyes. So that you want to brighten your under eyes so they don't look sunken in. The brighter they look, the less they show up. But you don't want to draw attention to them being light. So you blend them to the rest of your face and you blend it to this part of your face right here. And this is where the light would naturally hit your face. And so it looks more natural. See, if I just color this in, I just look like I have white under eye circles. Which looks like, it looks so different than the rest of my face. But see, if I pull it down like this, it blends with my face. Okay, so that is a little professional makeup artist trick. I am not a professional makeup artist. I'm a makeup enthusiast. But I have watched enough professional makeup artists now that I know so many tips and things. So many little things that they do. And I continue to watch them too, because you learn more all the time. And they have, in our Lime Life by Alcone site, they have a professional makeup artist. He's a Hollywood professional makeup artist, by the way. He's done Lady Gaga's makeup, I think J-Lo's makeup, a bunch of other people's. He's mentioned them, and I can't remember their names right now, but he does the big stars makeup. His name is James something. I keep forgetting his name, but I have it written down somewhere. But he is doing a weekly series in the Facebook page, Lime Life by Alcone Facebook page, that it's like free training. So I go watch him because he's really got some good tips, and he's not just talking, he's actually doing training. And so it's something all the beauty guides like me can go watch. You just watch it for free and watch it at your leisure. I mean, he's doing it Thursdays at 1, but they save it so you can watch it anytime you want. You don't have to go be there at Thursday to do it. But I don't remember if that page is open to other people or not, but you could try it. Vincent, that's his name. James Vincent is his name. Professional makeup artist. Okay. I knew I'd come back with it. He's worked with Kevin Aquan. If you've ever heard of Kevin Aquan, he's also a famous makeup artist. And I can always just remember that name because he mentions it. And then I forget, what was his name again? But his name is James Vincent. But he is very, 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 very interesting. He's a good teacher. I think he's been a makeup artist for decades, many, many years, and he's just full of information. And I just think it's so fantastic that we have access to the biggest professionals in the Hollywood makeup industry. I mean, my goodness. And then we get free training. Thank you. The free training. Lime Life. So if you think you might like to become a beauty guide, you get free training from professionals. This is how do you learn how to do all this stuff? Free training from Lime Life. That's how. It's just videos. I don't even have to go anywhere. I don't have to go to a meeting somewhere. I don't have to get to where they are. It's on Facebook. Free training on Facebook for beauty guides. And it's ongoing. It's all the time. And then it's not just him. We have all kind of people we watch. They have professional makeup artists that work at Lime Life by Alcone. And they come on and they tell us their tricks. Everybody has little different stuff they do. We have some professional makeup artists that are beauty guides. We have some that are just work in the corporate area of Lime Life. And that's how we learn stuff. We have training by professionals. Training that you would never get anywhere else. You would not be able to go to James Vincent, the professional makeup artist of Lady Gaga and J-Lo, and say, could you show me how to do makeup? They don't do that. They don't do that in person. Well, if they do, they probably charge. But I'm getting it free at Lime Life. I get it free. So if you think you'd like to be a beauty guide and you say, oh, I don't know anything about makeup, you'll fit right in. Because neither did any of the rest of us. You will fit right in. If you say, I could never do my makeup like that, you'll fit right in. Because we all said that. 95% of, at least 95% of makeup artists, or beauty guides in Lime Life, they're not makeup artists. They have no experience. They all started like I did. Hardly knowing how to do a thing. So what do? We learn how. We get free training. Of course, that's up to you whether or not you access it. You don't have to. Nothing is required. You aren't required to watch the training. But why wouldn't I? Free training from makeup artists? I don't want that brush anymore. I'm going to use the big one for the rest. I've discovered I like doing the big one better. So this is a very dark shade of foundation called MB8. And it is a cool brown. So I think it is a great choice for contour, because this makes it look like a shadow on your face, and that's what you want it to look, like a shadow. You don't want it to look like bronzer where you just have tan. You want it to look like a shadow where it looks like your nose is thinner and it looks like you have a fuller upper lip that's casting a shadow. And then you want to start at the top of your ear and go right under your cheekbones to about the corner of your eye. Not up to the corner of your eye, but I mean, you don't want to go further than that. And then you put that there, and it'll make you look like you have a thinner face, like that. And it will also make you look like you have higher cheekbones and kind of a lifted face, but you want it right under your cheekbone. And the older you are, the less you want to pull it down. You want to curve it back up because it cups your cheek and it counteracts the look of everything sagging down on your face. But you just want to kind of blend this really well. So see, I kind of go back up. If you're really young, you might do all straight down. A lot of people do that I see, but it's makes you look older. That was one of the things I learned from James Vincent this last week, that you want to pull it right under your cheekbone and pull it up a little bit and not just down where your face looks like it goes all down. And also he gave us the tip, and I had heard it before, so I know it's correct. I've heard it from other makeup artists, that you don't want to use bronzer because it's orange and it just makes you look tan. You want to use a cool ash brown because it looks more like the color of a shadow, which is like gray. So a gray, if you look at a shadow on the wall, you know, they're not bronze color. And you want to go right under here to pull back the look of a double chin, or in any of this right here. We're just trying to hide that. And if you put dark color on it, it makes it recede. It doesn't actually make it recede. It makes it look like it's receding. It's a color trick. It's not, doesn't really make it go back in, but it makes it look like it is, which is the best you can do without surgery. And you want to blend this really well because you don't want to look like you have dirt on your neck. You just want it to look like it's in shadow. That's what you're trying to look like, it's in shadow. If it looks like it's in shadow, it gives the eye looking at it the illusion that it's pulled back in because it looks like a shadow. And shadows are usually pulled in because something is casting that shadow that's out. Okay, so there we have that. I think I have this brow slightly over more than the other. There, that's a little better. All right, so then there's all that. Then we're going to set this with powder. Setting it with powder is going to make it, that is not what I want, is going to make it look soft. It's going to make it all look blended. See, it's real kind of splotchy still, a little bit looking right now. It's going to take away that splotchy look, and it's going to blur fine lines and pores. One other thing I'm going to do, now most people aren't going to have to do this, but I have teary eyes, and not see how it's taking away my makeup here. And the reason it does that is because my skin folds really bad right here. And so because my skin folds and there's a tear there, it rubs together like this. I don't actually feel that, but I know that's what it's doing. And it rubs the makeup away from this corner, and it makes my eye look like it has a downturn droop there, which it actually does. But I have discovered for that little issue, most people don't have that little issue, but if you have it, you want to use this right here. I have tried with concealer, I've tried everything. This works the best. This is our Enduring Eyeliner Pencil, and this pencil is neutral colored. So unless you have really dark skin, then you're going to have to use concealer. But I have found that this stays better than anything. And I'm going to color that in with this neutral color. So your skin will have to be kind of this color for this to work for you. And if your skin is darker, then you just need to use the concealer to do that. Most people aren't even going to have this issue. So I'm going to color that in to take away. See how there's like a dark line right there? And it's not there now. And all that is my skin that's got a tear in it. And this is waterproof. Waterproof. So my tear won't wash that away. Or it's less likely to anyway. So I'm kind of just tapping this in too. It pulls my skin less. Then, once I get that in there, I'm going to take this brush number 19. I'm going to get my translucent powder, and I'm going to make sure, and I only have to do this because my skin folds there. I'm going to keep it open and put that in place. Because otherwise it creases on itself, and I can't get the powder in there. There. Then I put that in there. Then I'm going to put some down here. And see how that blurs the translucent powder. How it blurs that. See how this still looks a lot more crinkly? Crinkle, crinkle. But look, I mean, it's not going to go 100% away because I do have crinkly eyes. But look how much more crinkly that looks. Look at the lines. See? Here, here, here. I have them over here too, but it's blurred it. This is why you want this powder. And if you say, oh no, I can't use the powder, it'll make it look worse. That's worse. This is better. You can barely see a little line here, but look how, see, there's a line there, a line there, a line there, a line there, lines here. But look how it's blurred over here compared to the other. That's why you want this powder. So I'm going to, and I have to like pull my skin because of the crinkles. Now let's look again. Again, they're not 100% gone, but it's much less than before. And this is a close-up. Normally you're not going to be this close to people where they'll see. But look at how it blurred the lines. Same thing. I'm going to use this one here. This is, and I mix it with that a little bit. This is a color powder. They're both HD powders, high definition powders. This one is called Sunny Day number 1. This is the lightest color we have other than the colorless. I'm going to take brush number 1 and I'm going to actually mix these a little bit. So I don't want to add a lot of color because I already have the color I want. And then you want to press this into your skin. And it will set your foundation and blur the look of those lines and pores. Now look over here. To me, you can see my pores over here a lot better than you can over here because it blurs them. It like camouflages them. You can't actually get rid of pores, but you can hide them. And this hides it better. The powder is a winner. And it also tones down the shiny look so you don't have real shiny looking. Your makeup will crease until you set it with powder. So what I'm doing is I'm taking it, I have real deep lines there. I'm taking it out of those lines and smoothing it before I put this powder on. Because then it will set it where it doesn't keep doing that. But it will crease and get in your lines if you don't use the powder. It will. Because it is a makeup that never dries. It doesn't dry out. And so it's always mobile. And it will keep moving and moving around. And you can rub it and it will get into your fine lines and stuff if you don't set it with powder. Because once you set it with powder, you've like dried it and it is set. Okay. There we are. Now I am going to use, not that blush, I'm going to use a different blush here. Since I'm wearing this red, I'm going to use our red blush. And it's not in there. It's here somewhere. It's in one of these. Here's our red blush. Look at that. Woo! That is called number 2. Number 2, excited. You would be excited when you wear this one. So I'm going to take the blush brush number 3 and put this powder brush away. And I'm barely going to need any of this because this is an incredibly intense color. I mean, incredibly. So if you have dark skin, this is why we have these crazy intense colors, because these light ones don't show up on dark skin. Or very dark skin will just look kind of white. And dark skin needs intense blush. So that's why we have some intense colors. And these are only 2 of our intense colors. These were specifically created actually for African American skin. Can be used on any skin or any kind of dark skin. Can even be used on light skin. You just have to be really light-handed. So those 2 specifically and these 3 were all created for African American skin or any nationality of very dark skin. But I use all of these because I can still use them. They're beautiful colors for skin, but you just have to be really, really careful if you have really pale skin like I do. Okay, so I'm going to all right, I touched it one time. You saw that. Look how much got on the brush. Oh my word. Okay, I don't need that much. So I'm going to knock some of that off. Maybe touch some of that off. Okay, there we go. Because I am too pale for that much. Because this is really red. So I'm just going to put a little, I only want a little bit of blush. I don't want to look like I'm, whoa. But if you have really dark skin, that first amount would have been fine for you. Again, this is one of the ones, and we have so much pigment in our products that you need little specks of it. This is how I have had this blush for 2 years, and I haven't even made a dent in it. The one that's my favorite, that I use all the time, I use it 90% of the time, is this one. I've had that for 2 years too. Look how much I still have left of it. That's going to at least last me another year. And if you are concerned about, oh, well, won't it be, you know, contaminated by then, you need to get new, you can do that. Or you can do what I do, and I have makeup sanitizer spray. Makeup sanitizer spray. I sanitize all my stuff, especially if I let other people use it. If you would like to try any of my products in your local, I'd be happy to let you try it. And I have sanitizer. It's sanitizer that's used by professional makeup artists. You know, professional makeup artists don't get brand new makeup for every person. They sanitize their products. And I have the stuff to do that. Now, if you say, oh, I'd love to be able to sanitize my own makeup, you can get it too. So this is what I'm saying. You can get this professional level makeup. As a non-professional person, you can still use this, and you can buy it from me. You've never been able to buy this before. It's been available since the 1950s and 60s, but you've never heard of it. Why have you never heard of it? Because you're not a professional makeup artist. Professional makeup artists have heard of this since the 50s and 60s, those that have been around that long, because that's what's been used all this time. But if you are not a professional makeup artist, you've not heard of it because it's just not in your industry. Just like if you're not a professional plumber, you don't know what professional plumbing stuff people use unless you know a plumber. You don't know what they use to unclog drains. It's just professional level. It's just stronger than what you have access to. But now, we as regular people are able to get our hands on these professional products that professional makeup artists use on the movie stars in Broadway and Hollywood, movies, television, and runway models, all those things, anything you see on TV, they're using this makeup. They're using this makeup. They're using it on Broadway. They used it in The Lion King on Broadway. They use it in the Blue Man Group on Broadway. They have used this exact makeup on these things, these shows, and others as well, I'm sure. I just know those 100% for sure. So if you think you would like to try this foundation, I can color match you. I can professionally color match you because I've been trained to do it. Free trained. I can color match you and tell you what color you would wear. If you would like to try it, don't just go to my site and buy it. You might get the wrong color. Even if you think, oh, that sounds like what color I'd be. They don't use the exact same system to name their colors that other people do. So let me tell you what color you would be. You have a better chance of getting the right one. And then if you would like to be color matched for any other product, I can help you with anything else as well. And if you would like to find out what our skincare would work best for you, our skincare is not professional like it's not like professional makeup, but our skincare is all natural. It is also not an old product. It is not something that's been around since the 50s or 60s like the makeup has. It has only been in existence for 5 years, and it was developed by scientists hired by Line Life by Alcone, saying we want the most natural, organic products that you can give us that will be the most effective on skin. So our skincare is organic. It's all natural ingredients. It's vegan. It's Leaping Bunny certified, meaning no cruelty to animals in any step of our process. It is paraben-free, gluten-free, harsh chemical-free. It's all plant-based organic ingredients and essential oils. That is what is in our skincare, and it has changed my skin completely. I have a skin I've never had my whole life. And if you would like to let me assist you with what would work best with your skin, let me know. And also, if you think you want to be a beauty guide, again, free training. Don't be concerned that, well, I could never do what you're doing. Oh, yeah, you could. You just have to learn how. This is not rocket science. It's really not. This is what I say all the time. Shake a brush, and you're going like this. That's what this is. You just have to kind of learn the techniques, and you will. And since I picked up this brush, I actually need to use it. I'm going to use it right here with, this is Sweet Dreams #1. And I'm going to put a little here. You know what? I never did my brow either. Let me do my brow. And you put it above your Cupid's bow. It makes your upper lip look fuller. This is where the light would hit your face, like down like this. And so you put that there. And also the top of your cheekbones, the light would hit you. And you don't want to look like you have a stripe there. You just want some light reflection. Because it's youthful, it gives you a glow. You want a healthy glow. You don't want to look like you just have a stripe of something on your face. You just want a healthy glow in your cheeks. See how it kind of reflects the light? And that little bit of shimmer will reflect the light, but yet from a distance, or, you know, you don't look like you have something weird there. Like, what is on your face? You don't look like that. Okay, let me get this out one more time in this brush. I totally forgot to do this. But if you think you would like to be a beauty guide, I can send you some information. No obligation, no pressure. I'm not about that at all. You want to just put this right under the arch of your brow here. But you can review that at your leisure. I'm not going to message you and bug you about it. I don't want you to join if you don't want to, because you would just get aggravated because you don't want to do it. And then you wouldn't be successful because you wouldn't be doing it. And then, you know, neither you nor I would get any good out of that. So I want people who want to build a team and build a successful clientele business. I want business builders. And even if you've never done it before, again, you get free training. You can become that even if you've never been it. There's a little shimmer up there that it makes your brow look more stand out from all the color on your eyes. But I would be happy to send you the information on that, and then you can, like I said, decide at your leisure whether you think this is something you want to try. And I will tell you, it's worth the risk. Even if you're not sure, like I just don't know if I can do that. Give it a try. How will you ever know if you can do it if you don't try it? Give it a try. And if you decide, after all, you know, I don't think this is for me, you can just resign. There's no penalty. You can try it for 2 or 3 months. And then if it wasn't, no, I don't think I want to do it, then you just quit, just like any other job. You don't have to keep doing it. I'm using this eyeliner in navy. This one is sold out, and it was a limited edition. However, later in the year, probably fall or winter, they have promised us more colored eyeliners to come back. I don't know if navy will. I hope so, because I have people that want this one, and I want another one. So I hope they bring back the navy. But this is but we won't know. They won't tell us. They like to surprise us. So they say, yes, colored liners are coming back, but they won't tell us exactly what. So this is a navy blue, and I like this pencil because it is waterproof. So if you have teary eyes, like I do, this will not move. It is smudge proof and waterproof. Now, if you do like the smudgy look, you can smudge it for 15 seconds. It's a gel pencil, so it's a soft gel pencil. So you can get the smudgy look with this. But after 15 seconds when it dries, it won't keep smudging. So it's not going to smudge anymore once it sets. So you want to go ahead and, if you want the smudgy look, you got to do it right away when you put it on. And then it will be set in that, however you place it on. And this will last 24 hours, actually, this liner. Or until you take it off. You have to use makeup remover to remove this one because it is an enduring, waterproof, smudge-proof liner. And if it washed off with water, it wouldn't be waterproof. And the navy blue is really pretty. But like I said, that's not available right now. I'm hoping it comes back. They are bringing back some colors. I just don't know which one. Probably, like I said, I'm guessing fall or winter. They will be coming back with some more. But right now we have black, brown, and the neutral that I put over here in the corners to counteract the wash away of my tear thing. Okay, so there we have, look, so pretty with the liner. And then I'm going to add setting spray. With setting spray, your makeup will stay 16 hours. And then I just take a little fan and dry it, just to speed it up a little bit. You can just wait till it dries too. But I like to speed that up. There we go. Now let us do mascara. So I'm going to use our professional eyelash curler, the only one I've ever used that does not pinch my lids. I hated eyelash curlers because they all pinched. And this one does not. I think it must be the pad they use, because it looks just like any other curler I've ever used, but it doesn't pinch. It's the only one that doesn't bend. So then I'm going to use our black One Step Fiber Mascara. This is just like a miniature size that they put these minis in collections like at Christmas and stuff. But, you know, I still want to use it up. So what you get, if you order the mascara, you get a full size mascara. And of course, if you wear any type of mascara, any brand at all, you know, if you don't know, but I'm going to tell you, but if you should know, you need to replace it every 3 months because it's only like, has antibacterial properties for 3 months. And then after that, since it's around your eyes, you need to replace it every 3 months to counteract any bacterial growth or something in it. You don't want to keep putting that by your eyes. You can get an infection or a reaction that looks like pink eye. And that's any brand. You can ask anybody that sells mascara. They will tell you, yes, you need to replace that every 3 months. No more than 3 months. You can replace it more often if you need to. But I find it lasts 3 months. So even this mini one, I've used for 2 full months now. Still got plenty in there. I try to change my makeup starting in the beginning of the year so I can remember when to do it. So like at the beginning of January, I use a new mascara, and that'll be January, February, March. And then April, so that I can just remember when I did it. So if I can remember that I started in January, I can figure out the other months. So then April 1st, I started this one. So this will be April, May, and June. So then July 1st, I'll switch to another. And then that'll be July, August, September. Then October 1st, time again. And then October, November, December, it'll be January 1st again. So if you start with January 1st with the new, or what will get you to January 1st with the new mascara, it's easy to just count up and know where you are. All you have to remember is you started January 1st, which is easy to remember because it's the beginning of the year. And then you just count every 3 months. So if you forget where you are, you go, you know, January, February, March, April, May, June. And so then you know where you are. Either that, you could write this on a calendar if you really are. If you really wanted to know, put it on a calendar. But that way, I don't go over my 3 months. But I've done that for a long time. Even before Lyme Life, I've tried to remember when my 3 months are up. But this is a One Step Fiber Mascara. And this one is unique in the way that it, even though it has fibers, these do not flake off and get on your face or in your eyes. You don't come home with fibers all over your face. They stay on your lashes. Now, this is not waterproof mascara, but it is water resistant. So if I get tears in my eyes or water splashed in my face or caught in the rain, it doesn't run. This won't, even if you get it wet, this doesn't run in rivulets down your face like some mascara does. It does not do that. So if you get your face wet, if you just don't touch your lashes and you let them dry, it probably won't smear. Just don't touch it. But you can't put your face under the water and go swimming. It'll come off. But if you don't touch your lashes, if they get wet, it probably will not smear. But once it dries from putting it on, like now, will not smudge. It is completely smudge proof. It will not end up down here on your face like every other brand I've ever tried has. Will not smudge. Then I have our final moment. This is always my favorite thing to do for some reason. It's lips. So I'm going to put red lips because, of course, you know, red, white, and blue. Here we go. So this is what number are you? 4. Number 4, called True Red. A lot of times I like to put on a dark liner with the red. I'm doing True Red today. And just outline your lips with the True Red. Got my patriotic music still playing in the background. Dun, 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 dun. I always like patriotic music because it sounds like it's marching music. Dun, dun, you know, it makes me want to get more. Dun, dun, dun. So I hope you are having a good Memorial Day. I hope you have somebody to be with today. I have my cats to be with today. They don't much care about a Memorial Day. At least I have something. And I am not doing anything special today, just doing my makeup. Just doing my makeup special, that's it. Since I don't have anybody to go anywhere with, I usually am just home. Okay. There's my little outline. Making sure it's not too uneven. A little bit more. Okay. These are enduring liners, so they are smudge proof too. They will stay in place. Now this is, to me, this is the prettiest red lipstick I've ever seen in my life. I don't always put on red lipstick. Sometimes it's really too bright or too something on me. This one's the prettiest one I've ever seen. It's called Cherry Pie. It is an enduring lip color. So what this means is it dries to a matte. It's a liquid lipstick that dries to a matte, and it stays 4 to 6 hours on your lips. 4 to 6 hours. Now if you eat something oily, these will come off. But then you just put it back on after lunch or something. But they're enduring lip colors 4 to 6 hours. And this red, seriously, it's the prettiest red I've ever seen in lipstick. And it's got so much pigment. It's like full coverage in one coat. You don't gotta put a bunch of coats of this on. What's better for Memorial Day than some red lipstick called Cherry Pie, just like American is cherry pie. Now, if you don't like this particular one, this is a bluer red. If you would rather have an orangey red, if that would look better on you, that one, see how much oranger it is? This one is called a candy apple. That is also really pretty. It's a lot brighter than this one. That's some red. There we go. Now, I got one more thing I'm going to do, actually. One more thing. Because I have on so much eye makeup and so much glam here today. I'm going to put on some lashes, because if you have some intense eye makeup, I think you need some intense lashes. So my lashes are kind of short and baby fine. So I'm going to add a little to that. And I'm putting on some Ardell lashes. Number 113, they're called Wispies. So they're not real full and bushy. They're kind of a little more natural looking. Oh, these are really long. And I'm going to get some glue. This is Duo Lash Glue with the green. And I'm just going to take this. I like this one because it has a brush. And you just brush this on the underside of the band of your lashes to get you like a bead of glue on there. And you can see see how it's like iridescent blue? That means I know I have the glue on there. And the whole trick to lashes, the major thing you've got to do to get them to work, is let it dry about 1.5 minutes. If you put it straight onto your eye, the glue is too runny and they'll just kind of slip and slide around on your eye. It's hard to get them to stay in place, so don't do that. You want to let it dry till it gets kind of tacky and not runny. So there's my glue on my other band. So you just set them upside down. I set them back on the package and let them sit there for a minute. Then I have this nifty little lash tool. This one is from Kiss. And I like this one because it's sort of angled. I have another one like this that I got. This one from Amazon. I got this one from Ulta. This one is pretty good, except it's kind of, it blocks your vision because it goes in front of your eye. This one goes to the side, doesn't block your vision. So much easier. Okay, so let's take, knocking my little mirror over. I just touched that. Touched it where the glue was. Now it's stuck to my finger. There we go. So we take your lash and your little lash tool, and you're going to go right to the center of your eye, right above your lashes, right at the top of them. Touch this to your skin. You glue lashes to your skin, not your other lashes. So it's like right where your eyeliner is where you glue it. And you just kind of take this little tool and place it in the right spot, and then you tap it all along the band to make sure it's adhering to your eye. Then we're going to do our other one. Try to do about the same spot here. Touch it in the center. Then take your outside edge and touch that down. And the inside edge and touch it down. You just got to take it and like press it to your skin. And with it tacky, it should just stick right there. And then tap it all along the band. And there we have, our glam lashes. So there is my patriotic look for today. I hope you enjoyed that. And go try something yourself. And if you think you can't do it, yes, you can. You just got to try. You just got to practice. That's all it takes is practice. And then, hi, how are you doing? Good to see you. And if you would like to become a beauty guide or think you're interested, I'll send you some information. I can also help you pick out the skincare that would help whatever skincare issues you have, or can color match you with the foundation or help you with any other colors or any other products that you need. I'm happy to answer your questions. Hi, Bernadette. I can help you shop, or you can just tell me what you need. Give me all your information. I'll be your personal shopper and do your shopping for you. Or if you like to shop yourself, I'll send you my website, and you can go to my website and shop and browse yourself. You don't even have to buy anything. You can just go look if you like to look. It'll be something fun for you to do on your day off. And if you also need my help in any way, if you want me to send you some free skincare samples, I can send you some skincare samples and a catalog. I got the brand new spring catalog is on its way here as we speak. And I can send you the free skincare samples, or I can let you try any of my products if you're local. If you're local and you want to try what I have, I'll do a one-on-one with you in person, and we can meet, we can get together, and I will let you try whatever you want to try. I'm happy to do that. I do that all the time, and it's fun. I love to let people try the products, because once you try these, you're going to be hooked. You're going to say, I've never used anything this good before, because you haven't used anything this good before. So give it a try. 30-day money-back guarantee. You don't have anything to risk. And if you're not sure whether or not you want to be a beauty guide, if it was me, this is what I did. I wasn't sure if I wanted to be a beauty guide either. I didn't know. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if anybody will want to buy it. I don't know if I am able to do that. It's nothing like anything I've ever done. But I thought, well, if I just sit and wonder about it forever, that's not going to do anything. Why don't I try it and see? So I ordered the kit and said, even if I decide I don't want to do it, I got all this stuff really cheap. I got all this stuff in the kit I get to keep. It's mostly skincare and some of the lip colors and the mascara, eyeliners. You get all this powders, blush. You get all this stuff in the kit to try. And even if I decided that I didn't want to remain a beauty guide and I would just go back to being a customer, I would still get all that stuff. That's about 60-65% off than what the normal product is. So it's worth it to try it. And even if you don't want to be a beauty guide, you got a bunch of good stuff in the kit. So I wouldn't recommend anybody just sign up just to get the kit and then be done, though. I mean, don't sign up to be a beauty guide unless you think there's a possibility you might want to do it, because then you'll at least try it and see what you think you might like it or not. If you want a little extra money, it can be just a hobby for you. If you want a full-time income, it can do that for you if you put enough work into it. It's not like an overnight thing, though. You know, it's going to take time, and it's going to take effort. It's going to take customers, and it's going to take work. But it is a lot of fun. This is the most fun job I've ever had. And if you put something into it, you'll get stuff out of it. You just have to. It depends on what you want out of it. But I think it's worth a try, because you will never know unless you try. And this really can be a blessing to you and your family. You could maybe get a car payment out of this. You could get, if you're trying to get out of debt, if you're trying to pay off bills, this could really, really be a bonus and a blessing to you and your family. And not only financially, but you will join a team that is an entire sisterhood of people. It's a huge team. Half of the people on this team, not half, but a bunch of the people on this team, they're pastors' wives. You get spiritual support. You get emotional support. You will have people there on your team that are really rooting for you and will give you all the support and help and mentoring that you need. And I will be here for you as well and can help walk you through anything you need help with. I am glad to help you and want to help you. But I want to help you succeed. I don't want you to just sign up. That doesn't do anything at all. You know, I don't get anything from that, and neither do you. So I don't want just people to sign up. I want you to be successful, and I want you to make this business something that's a blessing to your life as well. And if that sounds interesting to you, or at least you're curious, let me know. Send me a message or comment on the video, and I will send you the information. You can just read about it and find out about it and watch some videos that they're not lives, they're just recordings that nobody's going to confront you and say, now you must join. I'm not going to do that, because if you don't want to, then you shouldn't. So let me know, and I would be happy to assist you with that and send you the information. And then you can make your decision and pray about it and think about it. And if you say, well, I could never go live though, I'm too shy, you don't have to. It's not a requirement. You are not required to go live. You aren't required to do anything. You're required, other than, I mean, of course, you have to have an ethical business, and you know, you can't break laws, but you're not required. You aren't required to sell a certain amount every month. You have no minimums to sell. You aren't required to stock a single product. You do not have a closet full of Lime Life or shelves in your house. You don't have to convert a room into a store. You have no inventory loading. You don't have to buy any inventory. You don't have to keep any inventory. You do not have to like put out money to invest in this, other than just the starter kit. That's it. The starter kit, and then most of that's getting all of our products 60% off in that kit. And then you get a beauty guide discount, which is 20% off. So you get a beauty guide discount on all products from then on, and you don't have to be the store. They're the store. Lime Life has the warehouse. They send everything to all the customers directly from the warehouse, directly to them. You aren't the middleman. You don't have to take products to people. You don't have to deliver. Now you can do that if you want to. You can order everybody's products and take it to them if you like to do that. But you are not required to do that. As a matter of fact, you're really kind of encouraged to not do that, because you want people to be independent and order from the store. Order from the warehouse, because they get their stuff faster. It'll instantly go to their house. So you can certainly assist people in ordering or do the ordering for them, but it's easy to just have it shipped to them. And knowing that you don't have to have a house full of Lime Life products stocked somewhere, that you don't have to clean out a room and say, well, where am I going to put all this stuff? You don't have any stuff, and you don't have to pre-purchase it. That's what I like, is that you don't have to buy a bunch of inventory that you had to spend money out of your pocket to stock all this stuff, and you don't even know if people are going to buy it. You don't have to do that ever. Matter of fact, the Lime Life discourages that, because they say that we don't want women to sign up to be beauty guides, and then we don't want them to go broke buying product to stock in their house. We want them to make money. We don't want them to spend money that they don't have. So you don't have to buy inventory. You don't have to have a certain number of sales every month. There's no requirements, no minimum sales. You can be zero. Of course, you won't make any money if you don't have sales, but there's no minimum requirement. And then like I said, you don't have to be the store. You are just a beauty guide. You are guiding people into what they need for beauty. Not that you're not already beautiful. You're already beautiful, but you can take what you have and really kick that up a notch, as that guy on the Food Network used to say. Kick it up a notch. So let me know if I can help you with anything at all. I'm so glad you spent this time with me today and that I got to talk to you. It gives me somebody to talk to for a change. So thank you for spending this time with me. Let me know if I can help you with anything at all. Or, like I said, if I can send you a catalog or some free samples, I'll be happy to. Till tomorrow, may you have a very blessed and happy Memorial Day.